Failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of success. Often we think of them as opposites, but they're really not. They're companions, the hero and the sidekick. A very good day I bid to the honorable judges, teachers, and fellow friends. I, Noor Roshana Safia binti Asrafanis, and today I will share with you my thought on the topic, is it okay if we fail? Most people are afraid of failure. We do, right? In broadest sense, if you look at it, most will perceive failure as not being successful, not being able to complete a task as expected, or not reaching the target result as intentionally planned. For me, there are always two ways to look at things. If you look at it negatively, for definite failure is a disgrace, dishonor, embarrassment, and indignity. These would lead to depression, anxiety, panic attack, and low self-esteem to some. They would see success as out of their reach or boundary, therefore better to stop than risking going any further. They are at utmost comfortable sphere at that moment, and failure is a threat that obviously should be avoided at any cost. Thus, why taking any chances of trying more when the outcome is visibly predicted? Now, let me demonstrate to you the other way to look at failure, which to my utmost belief should be the proper way to approach perceived failure. A very wise person, when I posed this question, once told me that failure is a good mean in teaching ourselves to build internal strength. We obviously need to look at it as a challenge rather than disobeyment. With that in mind, we will not stop trying as we'll be more resilient, have better perseverance, and build inner drive that urges us to go on. Guided by that inner drive, we'll find other means and methods to achieve and make realize what we have dreamt of. This, in return, teaches us to work smart and to learn to work harder to find our full inner potential without having to say, it's okay, that's enough, and I better stop now. As I've mentioned above, we have to inculcate in mind that failure is not the end of everything. Rather than a drive, a sidekick to drive us further up, reaching our target goal as a success, and failure goes in hand, complementing each other throughout entire life. Winners are not afraid of losing, but losers are. We need to inculcate that failure is a process of success, therefore, people who avoid failure also avoid success. So, the question is, how do we deal with failure? Let me share with you this acronym that I use, R, double A's, M, and E. The first letter R is redefine. There is a need for us to redefine the meaning of failure. A wise person will look at it as inseparable companion of success. Do not look at it as a mean of finding perfection. Rather, treat it as a mean of progression in finding our ultimate goal. Thus, it evades disgrace, dishonor, embarrassment, and indignity in us. Then, we have the double A's. Those two A's go for analysis and apply. What we should do is to examine those issues that hinder us from our success, what we have done right, and most importantly, mistakes and obstacles that cause the fiasco. Then, consider other measures that can't be taken to accomplish the goal. Having done all those, it's time to apply the lesson learned in our pursuit to get what we want. Use what we have known and learn from the previous failure in dealing with the difficulties. The next letter M is move on. This is where big resilience, having better perseverance, and building inner strength come into place. A winner will never quit, and a quitter will never win. So never be a quitter. Along the course of achieving that goal, there might be other hindrances and obstacles, but never give up. As we always remember that success is looking at our progression rather than looking for perfection. So always reanalysis and reapply in facing failure and keep moving on. Lastly, the letter E, expect for greatness. As people say, the mind is everything. What you think, you become. Once you replace negative thoughts with positive ones, you start having positive results. So be positive and know that the possibilities are infinite, all impossible. Once you know your strengths, weaknesses, and strategically plan your move, for sure, success will be yours. So, never afraid to fail, as a failure is not falling down but refusing to get up. Well, let me end my speech with this beautiful saying by Bill Gates. It's fine to celebrate success, but it is more important to heed the lessons of failure. With that, thank you.